Welcome to Masters of Success podcast. I'm your host, Eric Wenning. Today, we're diving into the world of innovation with a special guest, Blake Luvon. Blake has been at the forefront of transforming how we interact with technology through wearable devices. I can't wait to talk to him about this. In this episode, we'll explore the vision behind Ionic Wearables, the challenges of entrepreneurship, and the future of smart technology. Get ready for an inspiring conversation that will empower you and think differently on this episode of Masters of Success.
This episode of Masters of Success is brought to you by MillionaireMatch.com, the world's largest millionaire dating service.
Welcome, Blake, to Masters of Success. I'm so glad you're joining us here today, and I want to learn a little bit more about you and your amazing brand. So give us a little insight about yourself and how you got started.
Hey, well, pleasure to meet you, Eric. Thanks for having me on board here. I always like to joke and say that I'm an accidental business person. I never thought I'd be in the business world. I come from a family of scientists and PhDs and master's degree folks. I'm kind of the oddball of the family who ended up in the business world. But my background in science really is part of what's led me to being involved in this company, Ionic Wearables, and our sister company, Incrediware, because everything that we do is baked in just game-changing technology and game-changing science that is just downright fascinating, and in many ways is almost unbelievable. So Ionic Wearables, as I said, is a sister company of another company called Incrediware. Incrediware has been around for 15 years. And you'll see Incrediware, a lot of people around the country have seen it and recognize it now. Incrediware produces sleeves and braces for pain and recovery management, right? Knee sleeves and shoulder sleeves, and
so a lot of that is you guys. So if I'm seeing sleeves on, whether it be for maybe basketball or golf or anything like that, if I'm seeing that, that's mainly you guys.
In the pro sports world, easily 9 times out of 10, if you're seeing a sleeve on one of these top athletes, which I have to be careful here, right? Because we don't have signed contracts with these top celebrity athletes. But let's just say, we work with every NBA team, every NFL team, almost every Major League Baseball, MLS, and NHL team. We work with many teams in the EPL, the English Premier League in England. We work with many teams in La Liga, the Bundesliga, many Olympic teams around the world. So our technology has been adopted by the highest levels of pro sports across the globe. So when if you just think of who are the top names in basketball, they use our product. If you think of who are the top names in golf, those athletes use our product. Top names in football, in the Super Bowl earlier this year, our product was all over the place. So that's the caliber that we're at. But again, we don't have signed contracts with the athletes themselves, so I'm not allowed to say their name. But you know who I'm talking about. So this technology is incredible. I mean, we basically are the pioneers of nanoparticle semiconductor infused textiles. Sounds like a lot, but basically you hear the word semiconductor a lot.
And I first, started reading about your company, it was a lot. And I was like, oh, that's a lot of stuff in just some clothing here. And it's really, really cool. So absolutely.
We are a fascinating combination of incredibly complex high tech, also with just beautifully simple. So you hear that word semiconductor, right? And people think of semiconductors that are in their phones and their computers. Semiconductors have elements in them like germanium, carbon, silicon. A lot of people hear about silicon. Those chemicals have very unique molecular attributes. The electrons that are in their outer shell are very weakly bonded, okay? And they're highly reactive, not in a bad way, in a good way. Even body heat can activate them. So what Incrediware did, and our founder's name is Jackson Corley, just incredible life story, Jackson's story. It's the story of miracle and innovation and changing the world. But basically, he discovered years ago the ability to take these semiconductor elements, grind them in nanoparticles, and then infuse them into fabric. And when this fabric then comes in contact with body heat, it activates those semiconductors, and they start to emit mid-range and far-range infrared waves, as well as negative ions. Now, I want to pause right there because this can all start to sound very woo-woo, right? Very just kind of out there and like, just what is this? Pseudoscience. I want to be really clear that the efficacy that the IncrediWear functional fabric has been proven time and time again. And that is why 15 years later, we operate and are adopted by the absolute highest levels of medicine and athletics and sports performance. So we work with the Mayo Clinic, Johns Hopkins, Andrews Institute, Shriners. It's off the charts. We've got research with the top level universities around the world. In the US, universities like UNLV, USC, et cetera. And we have multiple peer-reviewed published scientific papers. We've got over 15 other research projects happening simultaneously. So as crazy as it sounds, how I describe it, negative ions and infrared waves, it's all based in true science and proven science. And the efficacy is what's critical.
I mean, so what, got you to start this though? And what was like your vision whenever you first launched this company?
Yeah. Well, I met Jackson a few years ago and we became fast friends. And I've been, assisting and sort of, part of the fractional C-suite team of IncrediWear for years now. And IncrediWear focuses on sports and medicine primarily, right? Again, that's where the core adoption is. But we always knew that this technology has applications in other industries. Now, the core efficacy, I want to talk about that real quick. The core efficacy is this: when the semiconductor elements are activated and are emitting negative ions and infrared waves, there's an energy transfer into your cells that starts to happen, okay? Where the intercellular fluid, the water in your cells, actually absorbs this energy. This is the infrared waves. It absorbs the energy from those waves, and it makes the cells start to vibrate. When they vibrate, a couple things happen. It increases circulation, it increases blood flow, and it simultaneously then reduces inflammation, reduces swelling. It increases the uptake of oxygen and nutrients in the cells. It enables cells to do more efficiently what they're intended to do. All of this ties into, pain relief, anti-inflammatory, again, increased healing times. It's incredible. And all this, again, is based in science.
When it comes to dating, I'm looking for a guy that's intelligent and hardworking.
Successful and ambitious.
Ooh, and kids. I want kids.
I like someone more mature.
Someone a little nerdy.
A man who could be my best friend.
And a solid partner.
Don't waste your time on other sites. Millions of high-quality ladies are looking for a man like you on Millionaire Match.
I'm ready to find my true love.
MillionaireMatch.com. Join now. Don't wait. Join now for free. Must be 18 years of age or over to join.
When you wear our sleeves or braces, they actually are increasing. They're not intended to be really tight. It's the semiconductors themselves are activating it. And it's incredible, Eric. We have a capillary microscope where you can put your finger under this capillary microscope and it'll focus in on an individual blood vessels in your finger. And you can see your very own red and white blood cells moving through your capillary. If you just take this fabric then and lay it on your arm, just touch it to your arm, with your own eyes, you will watch your blood cells start to increase in speed. 50% faster, 100% faster. It's like, if anyone has any doubt, when they look at this of their own body reacting in this way in front of their own eyes, all doubt is gone. They'll see the capillary, the blood start going faster and faster and faster from your own body. So we took this tech. Jackson and I always knew that this technology had application in other industries. In weight loss, so Ionic Wearables was formed to take this technology into new markets. So weight loss is due to be worth $400 and something billion in the next 5 or so years. Okay,
that's a lot.
Weight loss is it's drugs and diet plans and exercise and hey, try to live better. But it's heavy drugs right now, right? So we 100%. Are working. We're completing research and development, optimizing a formula of these semiconductor elements that naturally increases metabolic rate at rest. Okay. And nice. So we're doing this study right now, and there's all kinds of published research that already shows that if you increase blood circulation, you naturally increase caloric burn. because the cells are just, there's more blood moving. The cells are working more. That requires energy. So we are completing the development of t-shirts and pants that you just put on a t-shirt and it will burn more calories for you naturally and in a healthy way. We don't, so soon we'll be able to say, hey, you wear this t-shirt and it's going to burn. We'll find out. Let's say it burns 14 extra calories per hour. You wear that for 10 hours, you just burn an extra 140 calories. So we're finishing the study to optimize that formula and to know that specific per hour caloric burn. And we're also taking the technology into sexual wellness as well.
Okay.
So
Blake, real quick, before we dive into that,
yes.
Before we dive into that whole topic really quick, Blake, we're going to take a short commercial break to hear from our sponsor, MillionaireMatch.com. Check this out. If you were a master of your business and your finances, but not so much of your love life, you have to be really careful on who you date nowadays. You might meet someone that's not on your same level. Well, we have a solution for you. It's called MillionaireMatch.com. They find the right individual for you that's on the same level as you. Because they've been around for 20 years, they take their site very, very seriously in finding the right match for you. So what are you waiting for? Hop on the website today, MillionaireMatch.com. All right, so Blake, we're back here really quick. So when we were doing a little research with your company, I'm super impressed by so many different levels of what you guys have going on. And I was, kind of piqued when I saw a little bit of a sexual wellness. Yeah. So let me just repeat myself. So Blake, I was kind of intrigued whenever I saw that one of the divisions of your company is sexual wellness. So can you kind of elaborate a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, as I said earlier, the core efficacy of the technology from our functional fabric is that it increases blood flow. So it's not hard to imagine that if you increase blood flow to the intimate regions of the body, let's just call it that, good things happen. Both for men and for women. Now,
gotcha.
There's two categories in the world of sexual wellness. There is let's just call it the fun category. I'll leave it at that, right?
Fun, but okay. Yeah, you already went there.
We're all grown-ups there. But there is also the genuine health side. So, and in particular for women, there's multiple aspects of sexual health where we think about menstrual cramps, yeast infections, all kinds of things that are part of women's wellness. We completed a internal pilot study earlier this year, specifically on menstrual cramps. And the data is unbelievable what we found. So using our technology, we found that there was a 65% reduction in how much medication, like pain meds, that women were taking for menstrual cramps. We found that
Motrin, my wife loves the Motrin.
The symptoms lasted 2 days less. That's a big deal.
Really?
To shorten menstrual cramp pain and discomfort by 2 days on average, women, that's incredible. It's game changing for women. And
so
then
just by wearing your specific underwear, and that helps more with cramps.
We developed this underwear that's for women. That's a bit more high waisted, right? Because it needs to go over the reproductive organs, of the body. Because these mid range and far range infrared waves, they penetrate body tissue all the way to the bone. So even though it's just touching your skin, the waves are emanating. It's like millions and millions of little massagers. They go all the way into the bone. So that is increasing blood flow, circulation, reducing inflammation, in deep, within the tissues of the body. So we also saw, roughly a 40% reduction just in pain and overall menstrual cramp symptoms. So right now, the only options that women have who are dealing with menstrual cramp, which by the way, statistically is 80% of all women at some point in their life deal with menstrual cramps, 80%. So we are launching the world's first wearable solution to help women navigate this problem that affects billions of women around the world.
Wow. That's a lot, man. That's a big thing to tackle. And even if you can kind of help other people that are going through certain, situations or changes or whatever else like that too, with, just wearing clothing for that, that's pretty big.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're excited about it. And then of course there's all other aspects of sexual wellness that we've gotten research studies lined up with. Of course, men, the big buzzword would be ED, right? Another area where it's really all drugs that men are taking, primarily. So we'll have a research study going on ED. Of course, there's research studies we'll have going on libido for both men and women. There's a whole range of things in the sexual wellness space. But even menstrual cramps, that alone is massive.
So good things ahead for the future of wearable technology, and that's awesome. With all this technology and so many different divisions of your company, is there even kind of a lot of this stuff is still in testing? Is that about right?
Well, yeah, so there are different applications. Our research pipeline is as extensive as you can imagine.
Awesome.
So we've gotten different aspects of research lined up and getting scheduled with different partners like these prestigious universities across the country. So we're rolling out products per per pathology, per disease state, per niche, whatever you want to call it, right? One by one. We already have the core research and patents locked in on things like cellular vibrations, increasing blood flow, reducing arthritic pain, increasing healing times, even a study on converting stem cells into type 2 collagen. Our tech has applications in so many areas. So we're just continuing to back things up with proven research and have products then aligned that then capitalize upon those niches, right? And the revenue potential of those niches.
So if for people that are wanting to kind of get into this business, but like they don't have the capital to, maybe start from scratch, could they maybe possibly invest with you? Is there any investment opportunities for that?
Yeah, we have an investment round open right now. And,
awesome.
If you go to the ionicwearables.com website, there's links there to contact us. So it is possible for people to get involved. And it's a great time to do it. Because again, we already have products rolling out that have research behind them, and there's just more coming. So,
and you already have other, pro level athletes wearing your stuff currently without being unbranded as far as that goes. But as far as you're already out there and you're doing different levels. So now is a perfect time to kind of dive in with you guys for your new ventures.
Yeah, the technology is locked and loaded, proven, 15 years of the highest levels of research and, pro athlete and celebrity and medical adoption. And now people have an opportunity to join us on this journey of taking this tech in the new industries.
That's really cool.
Pretty amazing.
Even here looking ahead for this amazing company that you have, what else do you kind of envision the future of wearable technology? Where do you see it?
Well, there's lots of things. There is so much that we're doing just in the world of semiconductor embedded, apparel, right? We've got other partnerships where we are really working on creating what you might call smart clothes, where we've got clothes that are EMG embedded, just how you have like a smart watch, right? Or a smart ring. We're working on clothing that is taking biometric data and tying that to an app. There's a whole. We happen to also have Incrediwear has a trademark on the term healthy clothes, so we literally are, taking the lead on this idea of apparel that enhances your life overall. Right. Whether it's functional fabric, whether it's apparel, taking biometric data and making you more aware of just what's going on and taking charge of your own health, we've got a whole future plan of how we can keep growing on the inertia and the tech that we've got already.
That's awesome, Blake. I really, I'm super impressed. I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you and talk to you here today to learn a little bit more about everything else from your wearable technology. It's absolutely incredible. Blake, thank you so much for being a part of this podcast here of Masters of Success, and hope to talk to you in the future about some other investment opportunities, buddy. But my name is Eric Wenning, and thank you so much for being a part of Masters of Success.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you as well, Eric.
Imagine everyday clothes like t-shirts and pants increased blood flow and enhanced your physical performance. The future of fashion technology is here, and you can invest at the ground level. Ionic Wearables is launching 2 new apparel brands, Burn and Ocean, based on 15 years of research using nanoparticle, semiconductor-infused fabrics. We're partnering with Incrediwear, using their patented fabric technology that is already being used in the NBA, NFL, MLB, and all other major league sports.
This is the first wearable product that can have an increased blood flow and a reduced inflammation and allow your body to function at its maximum potential.
Ionic Wearables is positioned to disrupt and innovate multiple industries, including weight loss and sexual wellness, that are both due to reach a market size of $405 billion by 2030. Imagine if you had invested in Nike or Adidas or Louis Vuitton early on. Contact us to learn about investing into Ionic Wearables today.
Check this out. If you're a master of business and success, but maybe not your love life, you have got to check out millionairematch.com. Because of your status and your finances, you've got to be careful about who you date. This is the place you need to check out. They have been around for almost 20 years, and they really do take your dating life seriously. So check out millionairematch.com.
Are you ready to elevate your advertising game? Then level up your business with Television Ad Group, the ultimate advertising partner, connecting you with your ideal customers in a whole new way. Whether you're looking for the bold impact on TV, the endless options of streaming, or the vast reach of social media, we've got you covered with targeted advertising customized just for your brand. So what are you waiting for? Contact us today and let Television Ad Group be the key to your success.